Have you ever stopped to think about what happens when two predators meet in the same territory? When there's no hero, no villain, just code? Take a deep breath. Because what you're about to see now isn't just a scene, it's a lesson about respect, power, and the weight of choices we make when there's no turning back. The Wire isn't just any series, and Omar Little. This guy transcended fiction. He's the Robin Hood of Baltimore's street. The guy who robs drug dealers, who walks alone with a sawed-off shotgun and a moral code stricter than many law-abiding citizens out there. Omar is living legend. He's that character who, when he appears on screen, you stop whatever you're doing. But then Brother Mouzone enters, and suddenly the game changes completely. Mouzone is everything Omar isn't. Elegant, silent, calculating, wears a bow tie, reads sophisticated magazines, and carries a Walther PPK under his jacket like someone carries a pen. He's hired to protect territory. He doesn't play around. He doesn't hesitate. And when these two meet for the first time, man, the air gets heavy. Those 3 seconds of silence before anyone says a word, you feel that something definitive is about to happen. The tension doesn't come from shouting, doesn't come from empty threats. It comes from the look, from the mutual respect between two professionals who know exactly who's standing in front of them. It's like watching two chess masters studying the board before the first move. Omar looks at Mouzone, Mouzone looks at Omar, and then comes the line that defines everything. This is business, man. 4 words, nothing more. But these 4 words carry the weight of an entire philosophy. It's not personal, it's not hatred, it's not revenge. It's business. It's professionalism in a world where most act on impulse, ego, uncontrolled emotion. And that's exactly what makes this scene so devastating. Because we know that even with all this respect, even with all this professional coldness, someone could die there, and neither would lose sleep over it. Think about it. How many times do we see in series and movies that cliche moment where characters keep explaining their motivations, making dramatic speeches, prolonging the confrontation? The Wire spit in the face of that formula. David Simon and the writing team understood something fundamental. Real people in real life or death situations don't perform theater. They're direct, they're efficient, and Omar and Mouzone are the personification of that. What makes this dynamic even more fascinating is the code of honor they both share. In a world where lies, betrayal, and cowardice are common currency, these two stand out precisely because they have principles. Omar never robs regular workers, never puts civilians in danger. Mouzone never breaks his word, never abandons a job halfway through. Are they criminals? Yes, but they're criminals with an integrity that many straight people don't have. And when they finally understand they were manipulated, that they were set against each other by Stringer Bell, man, the twist is beautiful to watch. Because instead of continuing the fight, they do something few characters would: acknowledge the mistake, adjust their aim, and go after who really deserves to pay. Put yourself in their shoes for a second. You were used as a piece in a game you didn't even know you were playing. Your ego would tell you to continue the war just to prove a point. But Omar and Mouzone, they're bigger than ego. They're professionals. And that's where the real lesson lies in this scene, in this entire relationship between these two titans. The scene where they finally settle accounts, where Omar hands Stringer Bell on a silver platter to my God, it's pure cinema. It's urban poetry. It's justice in the rawest and most real way possible. No manipulative soundtrack. No dramatic slow motion. Just two men fulfilling what needs to be fulfilled. Desi business. Man resonates because it's the raw truth of a world we prefer not to face. A world where survival and code go hand in hand, where respect is earned with actions, not pretty words. And you realize The Wire's genius is exactly in this, in showing that even in the shadows, even in Baltimore's darkest alleys, there are rules, there are lines that don't get crossed. There are men of their word. Omar Little and brother Mouzone aren't heroes. They're not villains. They're re-reflections of a reality too complex to fitting good and bad boxers. They're three-dimensional characters, with layers, with contradictions, with humanity. And when they look at each other for the last time after settling everything, when they say goodbye with a nod, nothing else is needed. The respect is there. The understanding is there. The recognition that both are survivors in a game that doesn't forgive. This scene, this confrontation, this entire relationship between these two heavyweights of the series is one of the most perfect examples of how to tell a story without underestimating the audience's intelligence. The Wire trusts that you'll understand, that you'll feel, that you'll catch all the nuances without needing someone to explain everything in baby steps. It's a series for real adults. A series that demands attention. A series that rewards those who watch with their brain turned on. And in the end, Omar and Mouzone leave us with an uncomfortable truth. Sometimes, that bad guys have more honor than the good guys. Sometimes, the street code is more solid than written law. Sometimes, mutual respect between enemies is worth more than 1,000 false alliances. This is business, man. It's not an excuse. It's a statement. It's philosophy. It's how they navigate a world that doesn't give second chances. Now, answer me something. If you were to choose between an ally without their word and an enemy with code, who could you really count on when things got real?